Hey guys, it's me, it's JB, and I know it looks like I'm about to do a show. I've got the whole setup going, but it's not. It's just me. I'm doing a quick vlog, and it occurred to me that, back in April we said we were going to do the movie Snatched, and then I got a job in Portland, so we had to cancel it, and then in May we said we are going to do Wonder Woman, and then Davey got a big gig that he had to cancel it, so, and I know we're supposed to do War of the Planet of the Apes on Thursday the 20th, but it occurred to me that maybe, like, we had promised it, so I thought maybe I should opine on Snatched and Wonder Woman and just get it out there. And maybe the guys will reply with theirs. We won't do a full show on them, but at least we can start some discussion, even though these movies have been out for a little while. But we promised, and I just don't want to break any promises to you guys. That's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about my connection to y'all. And before I get sappy, let's start with Snatch, which I saw way back in May and prep. Right before I got the job, thinking that we were going to do a show on it. And I actually enjoyed Snatched. You didn't think that I would. It's actually a very fun movie. I don't tend to like that sort of comedy, but the script is very strong by Katie Dippold, who's a friend of a friend, and she also wrote the Female Ghostbusters that came out last year. And I thought it was a pretty tight script. Amy Schumer is evolving as an actress. Like Trainwreck, she was perfect, but she was doing her shtick. She does her shtick in Snatch, but she was supposed to be playing a character here, and anytime that she had to do something outside of her shtick, she felt a little out of place. With that said, the rest of the actress, Goldie Hawn, it was a pleasure to see her on the big screen again. Really awesome, and she really grounded the movie, I think, in a really great way. And some great supporting performances by Joan Cusack and Wanda Sykes that really elevated the humor. And overall, yeah, a fun, solid comedy. Like certainly nothing that's going to make my top 10 list, I hope. But it was an enjoyable night at the movies, and it accomplished its goals in terms of making people laugh. And it was a very clever script, and I was very impressed with Katie's work there. Now moving on to the next movie, which is Wonder Woman. Just trying to get through these quick. It's just me. Who cares? And Wonder Woman has become sort of a zeitgeist movie right now. And certainly when I saw it, I didn't anticipate that. It's a good movie, especially if you're grading on a scale with the rest of the DC films in that universe. The Green Lanterns and Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman, all that nonsense. Certainly better than a lot of those films. But still, it's nothing special. It gets its best mileage, I think, out of the fish out of water humor, especially when Diana's like in London trying to incorporate herself into modern day society. And I really enjoyed a lot of the World War I action scenes and battles. But anytime it got gods and goddesses got involved and mystical elements, that really bumped for me. Like that did not work as well at all. I think a lot of the exposition as far as that stuff goes was clunky, forced delivery on a lot of that exposition stuff. The romantic stuff was kind of forced for me too. So I had a lot. I think it's a good movie, but I think that it's being way overrated right now. And I think part of it obviously is the feminism aspect of it. And what I think it's strange because Wonder Woman's been around forever, so it's not like this is a new icon. The fact that it was directed by a woman has been getting a lot of press as well, and so it's being championed in that way, and that's great, I guess. I just wish it were a better movie to get, it's almost like Moonlight, like like important issues, and I almost wish it was a better movie to earn all its accolades. Again, I don't think either of them are bad movies. I just don't think they're. I think the external forces are making people think that they're better than they are. I think that the performances in particular in Wonder Woman are weak, and Patty Jenkins is a good director. Monster is a really interesting film. Not a great film, but better than Wonder Woman. But I don't know how much she brought to the table here. And I think if we're looking at a female heroine for a modern day society, and the movie, there was only one of these movies that were good, but it almost feels like, why was this attention not sort of put upon Katniss Everdeen in the Hunger Games movies? Because it almost feels like she's a more appropriate heroine for our time. She's a revolutionary, and she's also a woman that is not born with special powers or anything like that. She's a woman that trained herself to be who she was and stood up for what's right. And it almost feels more appropriate for the female youth of America to get behind somebody like Katniss Everdeen than Wonder Woman. I do think that Catching Fire in particular was a much better movie than this or any of the other Hunger Games movies. And particularly in that element in terms of, Katniss as a heroine. So, I'm surprised that it just seems like Wonder Woman came at the right place in the right time. I guess is my overall point of that. And again, it's not a bad movie, and I hope you don't take my comments the wrong way. But also, like, I would say try to evaluate the movie for what it is in terms of, instead of like what it might do for society. But although I think if other female directors get a chance to direct other blockbusters or things of that nature, you know, whether it's a man heroine, female heroine, or whatever it is, I think that's great. And if that's because of Wonder Woman, that's great too. But, you know, I'm just looking at the movie itself that I found, you know, to be predictable in many places and uneven overall. Sorry, guys. I know that, you know, everybody wants to love Wonder Woman, but that's where I'm at with that. Okay, so that's my... I should have another poster here for War of the Planet of the Apes. That would have been better, because that's our next movie, hopefully. And actually, it is up in the air because I just got a call about a job. But we are supposed to watch War of the Planet of the Apes, and then on July 20th, we're supposed to do our show. I think there's a 65% chance that's going to happen. So we'll see. Because, you know, I need work. You know, it needs to happen. Nobody pays me for this. But yeah, so hopefully July 20th, War of the Planet of the Apes. That is the current plan. And then our next indie spotlight is I can't tell you. Those are secret. Oh, I forgot. But we got a show coming on July 20th, 23rd, 27th, and July 31st or August 1st. I can't remember which. Anyway, so hopefully we'll be back in action soon. War of the Planet of the Apes. Keep an eye on our Twitter page and our Facebook page, and we'll keep you posted with everything that's going on. But hopefully we'll see you very soon. In the meantime, let me know what you think about these reviews. And maybe the other guys, Jim Money and Davey Joe, will respond with vlogs of their own. We'll see. They're lazy, so probably not. Picture's gone away, so I will as well. This meeting of the No Name Cinema Society is adjourned.